I'm back again. I thought today we'd pick some stuff off the news shelf that a lot of people like to browse the news shelf, but can't really, there's so much stuff there, what am I going to take out? So I'm going to give you some suggestions today. First thing is a book called What Jefferson Read, Ike Watched, and Obama Tweeted. 200 years of all kinds of fun stuff about the presidents. And I like these books that humanize the presidents. And this is kind of a fun book because it delves more into the history of what's happening at the time. For instance, Ike and Mamie loved to sit and watch television while they ate their dinner. So they pretty much had TV trays in front of the TV while they watched Bonanza and Gunsmoke. And then 30 years later, Ronnie and Nancy did the same thing. Not those shows, but they sat in front of the TV, ate their dinner every night. That's kind of weird, but it's an interesting thing. Good book. One of the things I really like to read are sports biographies. I'm not athletic in any way, but I do like to read about athletes and about athletic times, eras, football, baseball, basketball, that kind of thing. This is a new book about Tom Landry, who was the long-term coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And very thorough. If you like biographies, it's a nice biography. It's written like a novel, which is the way I really like biographies, but it's called The Last Cowboy. And it's a long book. It's good summer reading if you're going out or going on a trip or something, you need something to read for a long period of time. It's 100th anniversary of Wrigley Field. If you want to go see a baseball game, you don't really care about baseball, but to experience a baseball game, you should go to Wrigley Field. And this year, it is the 100th anniversary of Wrigley. So this is a nice commemorative book. It has a DVD with it that kind of gives you a history. We have a couple books about Wrigley Field in the new book section right now, and I think they're all really, really good. It's an interesting place. If you've never been, go. But if you haven't been and want to learn about it, these are great books to use. The next section are music biographies, and I did one of these a long time ago. I haven't done one since, so there's been several books that have come out that are really, really good. A couple of years ago, there was a really great biography of Leonard Bernstein, and then last year there was another book about his letters that I think it won a National Book Prize or something, but it was really, really good. But really, Leonard Bernstein's one of those mythical legends now. I remember when he was alive, but some people don't. And he was bigger than life. And so here's a book by Jonathan Colt, and it's called Dinner with Lenny. And when he talked, he was very expressive, and he was very, let's just say, he could get agitated, and he could be in rapture with stuff. And Leonard Bernstein, that's how he conducted orchestras, and it was wonderful to watch him. And he got enthusiastic about something. He really got enthusiastic. And so this book is about some dinners and stuff. There's a lot of these kind of books out there. There's one about Orson Welles and Henry Jaglom, who is a movie director, and about their conversations through lunches and dinners. Linda Ronstadt just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and this is her memoirs. Very well written, interesting. It's sad that Linda can't sing anymore because she has Parkinson's disease, but she captures an era in American music, late 1960s, early 70s, that is somewhat overwritten about, but not by the people involved. So to have somebody involved write about it, it's kind of eye-opening. As is this book, Graham Nash, Wild Tales. Graham Nash has written a memoir about his time, about how he got into rock and roll. It was really a Buddy Holly show in 1958 that got him interested in rock and roll, and about the Hollies. And the Hollies are a really interesting group from the 60s. They were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame about 3 years ago, finally. One of the last British invasion bands to go in. If we could get the Zombies in, they'd all be in, but that's another story for another time. But he talks a lot about coming over to the United States, getting involved in the California music scene. More and more we hear about how important Mama Cass was, Cass Elliot from Mamas and the Papas, and he really did love her, and he has some wonderful passages about her and her influence on music and how important she was to music. So, and also about his life and what's happened to him, and going through Cosby's stuff and going through touring with Neil Young. The story about the hamsters is hilarious. Just Read it. It's fun. It's a quick read, really. It looks like it's a big, intimidating book, but it's not. It's stories, and it's written as stories, and so it's really, really good. And that's all I have for today.